So here's my meat cutting machine. It's a Waring Pro. I've had it for uh, probably 10 years. Hardly used it, but back when I bought it, figured, you know, occasionally you might need it. And I've cut up mostly like lunch meat kind of stuff, But now I'm gonna make some jerky. I'm gonna do it in my dehydrator that I purchased recently. First time being used. This is my dehydrator. I'm going to have to kind of work on getting my electrical setup better. I'm going to probably just add a multi-plug right there. I have an extension cord to the dehydrator because it has a pretty short cord, and to be able to put it where it's at, I had to buy a little 3-foot extension cord. I think it's got like two different outlets on it, but didn't want to mess with getting behind there for this because it's only going to be plugged in temporarily, so no big deal. All right, I'll get back with you after I'm going to cut up this eye around into both jerky and probably 2 or 3 cube steaks for tonight's dinner. Nothing probably, and that's all I'll have. But I have excuse my video, I'm trying to get the tag out here. So this tag is, or it says that it's Angus beef, superior marbling. Not sure about the marbling. There is some big chunk of fat on the end. $4.68 a pound, and it's beef round eye, so it should be okay jerky. All right, I'll get back with you after the meat has been sliced. So here's about half the roast. The roast was about 3.93 pounds, 4 pounds, let's say. Ended up slicing it about that thin, which I think that's going to end up being a pretty decent. I guess I'll know for the next time if it isn't. I'm going to take, before I slice any more, I've got this much left. I'm going to see how much I can fill up with this and then determine how much more I might need. So I'll get back to you. So I'm making some silicone mats for my trays. Each one of these need one, but it only came with I think three, which is half of what the trays are. There's 6 trays, and the ones that came with them are smaller than the tray itself. So anything that overlaps will stick to the stainless steel racks. So I'm cutting out, I bought some that were quite a bit larger, and I'm cutting them out to size. Hopefully it's just a one-time thing because it's a pain in the butt. All right, so this is how I'm going to lay them out. I'm going to be able to cut the whole thing. This is only one tray, so no problem. I'm still going to, like I said, cut out a few cube steaks thicker for tonight's dinner. And this is going to take 9 hours approximately at 155 degrees in my dehydrator. So now comes the process of salting it. I'm going to use some Alderwood smoked sea salt. It comes from San Francisco Salt Company. Not sure it's actually as thin as I would like, but I haven't took the time to figure out how to adjust it, so I think it's pretty good. We'll see. I can't do it. Well, actually, this comes with this cup that goes on the bottom so you can collect some and then pour it from here instead of going directly on. I don't know if you can see it, but it is fairly thin. So you're going to salt to one side. I just want to be careful not to put too much on here. Okay, there we go. The thinner it is, the better it will absorb in. You can always salt it right afterwards too. But I'm gonna have to get some more, so I'm gonna cut it off for now. This goes well, it goes on the bottom. You can't do it with one hand, but I'll be back. So sitting down, a little tired. I can't stand on my feet right now too long. My back starts really hurting. I'm hoping after I lose more weight and get in better shape that'll start to get better. So first use of my Corsi dehydrator, and that's what it looks like with no trays. So I'm gonna actually, you know what, it's got some different trays. I'm not gonna leave that in there, but I'm gonna put these towards the middle of the rack. Of course, it distributes pretty even based on the size of that fan. That fan is about as big as top to the bottom, about as big as the trays stacked in there. So I'm staggering. If you see the direction of the meat, it's staggered. That way it gets better airflow. I didn't come up with that myself. It was the place where I seen the video on how to do this. And so I'm gonna actually put the other trays in. I'm not sure. They said to do it, but I'm not sure if you really do. But I'm gonna put them in just because they ain't gonna hurt nothing, and it could help. So if I was only doing, say 3, I would stagger. You know, every other row put it, but in this case, can't really do that. So you close it, then you go for temperature of 155. And then you hit the time. Will be 9 hours. And that's an estimate, so you have to check. But maybe start about 8 hours to make sure you don't overdo it. But then you just hit the start button and you're dehydrating. Bam. Pretty exciting, huh? We're going to sit here for the whole 9 hours so you can get a complete moment-to-moment view of the dehydration process. Just kidding. Now, if I had a camera set up that was in time-lapse, then maybe it would be worth the effort. But you couldn't see it, you know, very well, but you would some. All right, I think that's the last for today. I'll come back maybe somewhere around 8-9 hours later.